Hello class, today we are going to look at radicals and we're going to focus on cube roots today. I'm in chapter 8.1 in the study plan and we're going to start with number 9. The two different types we're going to look at today is finding the exact value for a cube root, and then we're going to look at finding an approximate value for a cube root. So with our first example here, we're trying to find the root, and we look at our choices down here. A is the cube root of 27 equals a value. So notice that we have an equal sign, so this is telling us we're going to find the exact value. And then down here, the root is not a real number. So we're going to see if we can first find to see if this is an exact value by breaking down the cube root of 27. So let me show you how to do that. So we have the cube root of 27. So when you're finding the exact value, the method I suggest using is breaking your number down into prime numbers and then seeing if you can simplify it. So let's start with 27. Well, I'm going to start by dividing this by my prime numbers. The first prime number is 2. 2 doesn't divide in evenly to 27, so I move on and I check the next prime number, which is 3. Well, 3 works. 3 times 9 will give me 27. And then I continue on with this process. Again, we'll check and see if 9 is divisible by 2. It's not. We check 3. We get 3 times 3. Okay, so we have the cube root. Instead of 27, I'm going to write 3 times 3 times 3. Now, when we're dealing with cube roots, our goal is to find 3 of the same number. If we can find 3 of the same number, then we can simplify our cube root. So I look and I have 3 3s. Those 3 3s produce 1 3 on the outside. Notice that everything was used on the inside of the cube root. So all I have is a value of 3. So the cube root of 27 is equal to 3. That's its exact value. So let's go to Math Excel, plug in our answer of 3, and check it. Fantastic. Good job. All right. So let's go ahead and now look at the process of finding the approximate value of a cube root. Okay, so now we're on number 18 of the same section, 8.1. Let's look at the directions now. This one is saying use a calculator to evaluate, and also down here it's saying round to the nearest thousands. Okay, so again, that's telling you that you should be using a calculator to find this answer. Notice the little approximation symbol. There's squiggly equal signs, so that's telling you that approximately. So we're going to get a decimal answer. Alright, so I gave you an option for a free online scientific calculator in the forum. That's the one that I'm going to use for this demonstration, but you are welcome to use whatever calculator you have. Okay, so here's the free online calculator. It's just the Web 2.0 calculator. So you're going to notice some of the same buttons on your calculator if you're using a scientific calculator. We're trying to find a cube root, so notice that I have a cube root button. And we are trying to find the cube root of 6. Alright, so cube root. I'm going to push the cube root button. Notice up here it tells us what we're doing. We're trying to find the cube root of 6. I'm going to close parentheses to tell them I'm done with the numbers on the inside of the cube root. And again, you can see up here that this is what we're looking for. So I'm going to hit equals, and it's going to tell us a value for our cube root. So this is the approximation number. We want to go to the nearest thousands. So we have 1.817. We check to see here. Next to the 7 is a 1, so that 7 is going to stay. So our answer is 8.17. So let's go to our check. and 1.817. Make sure I type that in correctly. 817. Correct. And we're going to check our answer. And good job. Let me show you another way of finding the cube root of 6. So I'm going to clear this out. So some of your calculators will only have a square root button, and then it will also have a button where you have the y and the x. So the way this button works is you're going to type in the x value first, x and y. So we have a 6, then we hit this button, and we want it to be a cube root. Okay, close your parentheses. Notice up here that we have the 6 on the inside, cube root, hit equal sign, gives us the same value. So you may have this button with the y's and the x instead of the actual cube root button. So understand that those will work the same way for finding the cube root, or even the 4th root or the 5th root. You're going to have to use this one. I hope that was helpful in working with cube roots.